Okay. So this is my ginger bug. I'm tapping on the glass. You see all those bubbles? There. See it? See how it bubbles like soda? It's basically soda. So you see those little brown bits that are coming down? That is wild yeast. And so this is ginger root. This is my ginger bug. I put, so that's the beverage. It's all the stuff is settling down. It's really fun for me to watch. I like watching things like this. So some stuff settles down to the bottom. Most of the active ginger floats up to the top. You can see my thumbprint. Because of the CO2. So it's basically you chop up ginger. Oh, there goes a bunch of ginger roots that are spent. You chop up the ginger and you add sugar and water, and that's it. That's all you have to add. It does have a bit of a funky flavor. If you've ever had homebrew soda, or even some beers, how they kind of have like this weird mushroom flavor. It's from the wild caught yeast. It might take some getting used to. Another way that I tend to brighten it up is I add it to carbonated water. And, or even add a little splash of apple cider vinegar. Like, some of this. But yeah, and that brightens it up. Or you could squeeze some lemon or a lime or something into it. But this is a, I don't know, it feels like a probiotic. I feel warm after I've drank in it. Like, I feel like my tummy gets hungry. If my tummy's kind of upset after eating something funny, I'll take a little bit of this. Like, I don't know. Let's see. Let's find something. There's just a little jelly glass. What is this one? 8 ounces. Yeah, so I'll put some ice in it and then fill it up to about here, maybe there, depending on how much I need. But or sometimes I'll even just drink like a shot glass amount, just a couple ounces, like up to here, just underneath the self-sealing. And drink it over a couple sips. But yeah, it'll help calm down my tummy. But anyway, yeah, so it's just as you can see, it's just chunked up ginger. Throw it into a jar. This is in a half-gallon jar. And yeah, it's pretty delicious. Anyway, I use sugar in the raw. I tried using plain white sugar, but it didn't taste right. It didn't ferment right, and it started molding on the top. So I don't know if my plain white sugar was exposed to mold or something, but sugar in the raw works much better. I don't know why. Sometimes, like in the winter or in the heat of the summer, I'll even add a spoon of molasses. Molasses has a lot of minerals in it. It has, let's see what's it got in it. It's got calcium and iron and magnesium. And yeah, I put about a tablespoon and a half in my big gallon jug. And then when you when you pour it out, I pour out like all there will be like all this stuff will kind of pour out. I pour it through a filter, and then I throw all these ginger pieces back in. Sometimes, like every couple times, I add more ginger, and when it gets like, so I've got this much ginger, I pull out maybe 2/3 of it, bring it back down to about 2 cups, and then I add more ginger into it. But so you try to leave about liquid so that it says about 2 cups, and then start over fresh from there. And then you add the sugar, and you add the ginger, and then I add the water to top it off. And then got a coffee filter to kind of keep it down. The lid kind of makes it so that I can set things on top of it. It's not tight. That allows the CO2 to burp. And then that's as high as I fill it, just about to the ring. It doesn't explode. If you tighten it too much, it'll explode. But the fruit flies love it, so that's part of keeping the filter on it. Yeah. And that's a fruit fly trap. Yummy. So, yeah, I was overrun with fruit flies for a little bit, so I put fruit fly traps all over the place. Yeah, so I mean it's pretty delicious. You add some minerals to it, and you add some more probiotics, basically, is what this is. This is just what is this? This is a yeast that eats the apple cider and then makes the, yeah, this one just has some water added to it. But yeah. So that's how I consume my ginger bug. I drink it kind of like a light soda at the end of the day. Ice cubes, cool it down, drink it. It works at room temperature in the winter. It's kind of delicious then too. But no, apple cider vinegar, it doesn't matter what flavor you use or what type you use if you just are using it for the flavor. I try to get something that still has mother in it, or this one has lots of chunks on the bottom. So that's one thing to look at if you want live apple cider, basically. And then molasses, just make sure that it's a real molasses. The way that you'll be able to tell that it's a real molasses is like the sodium content, the potassium content, the magnesium. Like, the higher that those are, the more likely it is to be a real molasses. And unsulfured is better, just because it's one less thing that you're adding into yourself. The sulfured. I don't know what the big difference is. Sometimes I've even added, like, if it comes out really sour, and molasses is a little bit sweet, but it's like a big mouth sweet. So it's like a round sweet. It's more, makes you think sweet than actually is sweet. But sometimes I've even added a little bit of maple syrup. But get real maple syrup. A lot of maple syrup is cut with corn syrup. And it's no bueno. So yeah. Refrigerate after opening, that's a big indicator. Yeah. I don't know what the other indicators are, other than the fact that, like, I don't know how regulated maple syrup is. But you'll know if you get it, because it's stupid expensive. But it doesn't take much. It's only like a half a teaspoon. Helps to bring up the sweet. Anyway, so that's my ginger bug. Have a great Tuesday.